All right, good evening, class. This is CIS 146 introductory video on how to get started in the course by using Blackboard. For students that have never taken a online course or a college course, for that matter, at Shelton State we use Blackboard, which is an online teaching platform for CIS 146. So all of your interaction with me, the instructor, and you, the student, will take place through Blackboard. Now, to begin, we need to know how to access Blackboard. So what we'll do is, if you've never logged into Blackboard before, you can go to Shelton State's homepage. www.sheltonstate.edu will take you there. On the top right portion of the screen, you'll see a section that says Quick Links, and under that section you'll see a link that says E-Learning and ELO. We're going to click that link, and once we arrive on that web page, we'll scroll to the middle of the page where it says E-Learning, and there's a list of links in the middle pane there, and underneath there at the bottom you will see Blackboard. We're going to click that link. Now, if you have never, and actually if you have your pop-up blocker enabled like I do, you'll need to hold down your control key on your Windows machine, click the link, and it should open Blackboard, as you can see, in a new tab. Okay, so you'll notice that it did not ask me for my username and password information to log in. That's because I've recently visited this web page and been logged into Blackboard for a few minutes preparing for this video. So for those of you that have never logged into Blackboard, Blackboard will ask you for a username and password. Your username is your Shelton number, or what some people call your S number. It's a capital S followed by about 7 or 8 digits. You should have been issued to you when you registered. If you do not know what your S number is, you can send me an email, and I'll give you an email address shortly. Or you can probably reach out through the registrar's office and they can give it to you. Either way, one of the two. So your username will be your S number, and then the password will be your 6-digit date of birth. So for example, if your birthday is January the 1st, 1985, your password would be 01 for the month of January, 01 for the first day of January, and 85 for the last 2 digits in your birthday year, and that would be your password that should get you into Blackboard for initially. Now if you want to change your password afterwards, by all means do it, but to log in initially, that will be your username and password. Alright, so once you log into Blackboard, you should see a screen something similar to this. You'll have announcements, which I will send out announcements periodically. I've already sent out a couple already, giving you information on what's due, or if I've added anything to Blackboard for the class, or any information that you might need to know. Okay. You'll also see a list of courses. Now, depending on how many courses you're registered for, you may have one, you may have many. The one that you're going to look for this class is Microcomputer Application CIS 146-84 Online Fall 2015. Click that one. Okay. Now this should take you to Blackboard, should take you to the course information page, but before we talk about the course information page, I just want to direct you to the home page, where you can also find some information like the announcements that I've sent out this far. You can click here and you'll see the ones I've sent out too. You'll have a to-do pane that's got what's past due, what's due, and then you can use this to manage your assignments and keep track on what's due, what's coming up, and if you do have something go past due, what's past due. So home page is helpful for that. Now back to course information page. One of your assignments will be to read the syllabus and read the course information page. Is actually your first assignment, and make sure that you understand everything that is in the syllabus and listed on this page. Excuse me. And reply to me in an email or a message using the course message feature, which is over here on the left hand side of the screen on the left hand menu, where most of the links are that you'll use for this class are located, and you'll post it there. But just to cover a couple of highlights here, I won't read all this to you. This is CIS 146-84 Fall 2015 online section. This is my email address. This is if you were to email me through Bucks Mail, your Bucks email account. And then there's also a few sections on course information, gives information on what this course is, what it's about. The course design, which is a little bit different depending on your background. Some people may have taken online courses before, some may have not. If you're coming right out of high school, you may not have had an online course before, or if you're even coming back to school, you may have not had an online course before. So I'll briefly touch on this. This course is for the most part self-paced, but there are some deadlines. In this course, there are 4 major modules, one for each Microsoft Office application that we cover, and those applications are Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Access. And don't worry if you're trying to take notes along, they're listed in the schedule at the bottom of this page. But I do not recommend, and the reason why I point this out, that this course is designed to be taught as a self-paced environment, because we're going to have different levels of experience in this course. Some people have had some Microsoft Office before, some have never seen it. So we have kind of some flexibility in the course on when you can turn in your assignments. If you want to move through a little bit quicker, you can do that. Just be careful. If you, as with most students, if they do not have a plan in place, or if they procrastinate, then they'll find themselves in trouble. You don't want to do all of your coursework for said module the night before it's due or the day that it's due, because you won't get it all done. You just won't do it. There's just no way to do it. It's just too much to do in one day or even 2 days. So I recommend having a schedule. Okay. And procrastinating is something that'll get you in trouble for sure in this class, so you don't want to do that. You want to, as soon as that module becomes available to work on, you want to start working on it. Okay, so that's enough on not being a procrastinator and how the course is designed. Let's look at the schedule. So our schedule is pretty, will become redundant by the time the course has reached the end of the semester. We've got a schedule below that's got the 4 modules, and I'll touch on those in a minute, but before I do, just a few things to point out: that this schedule is subject to change at any time. If I see that we're running behind for any particular reason, or maybe even if we're running ahead, I might change some of the due dates on the assignments. Usually I don't do that unless I have to. Normally in a shorter semester, like maybe a split term or a summer semester, when we don't have as much time to cover the same amount of material, I might have to adjust some due dates. But when in the confines of a full, fall or spring semester, typically don't do that. But just know that is a possibility. But I will make it well known, well in advance, if any of the dates are going to change. So just be watching for course messages or any announcements from me if any changes do occur, although I do not anticipate any at this point. All assignment instructions can be found in Blackboard. On the menu on the left hand portion of the screen, under microcomputer applications, you should see a menu. Now if you don't, it may be because the menu is collapsed, and it may look like this. You might just see microcomputer application CIS 146-84 online fall 2015 with nothing underneath it. If your triangle is pointing to the right, click it and it'll expand the menu, and now you should see what we're looking at here on the screen. Okay. And those assignment instructions will be found under assignments, which I'll go through in just a minute. But that's where you will find your assignments and any instructions related there too. Okay. Let's see, moving on with the schedule, all assignments, and that's tutorials and projects, when I'm talking about assignments, are due on the dates listed below by 11:59 p.m. So if you submit it at midnight, you're late. Now I'll still accept it. There'll be points deducted, but you will be late. So please be sure to submit your assignments early so that they are not graded late. Now let's look at the schedule itself. The schedule is broken down into, let's see, 4 major sections. The first line here is an email assignment that's due. I made that due on Monday night, August the 31st by 11:59 p.m. This is really just an introductory email assignment. It asks you to read the syllabus and the course information page and reply back to me that you read and you understand. And you'll submit that, and that'll be worth 1 point. 1% of your course grade. And then we get into the real meat of the course, which are the modules on Microsoft Office. So you can see that you have, just looking at quickly overview, you have Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Access. Okay, and how this should work is once we begin a module, you should always start with the tutorials. Now for Microsoft Word, there are, let's see, units C, D, E, and F. There are 4 units for Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is the only module that has 4 units associated with it, and that is because Unit C is really more of an introductory unit for Microsoft Office in general. And you'll see what I mean when you go through Unit C. You'll step through that unit and through that tutorial. It'll kind of give you some pointers on Microsoft Office as a whole, and then you'll move into Unit D, E, and F, which really cover Microsoft Word. Okay, so and the idea behind this course is the tutorials will be, without a doubt, where you learn the majority of what you're going to learn in this course. So, and I say that because the tutorials take you step by step on how to, maneuver, navigate, use any feature or function in these 4 applications that we're going to cover in this course. For example, when you get to Unit D, which is the first unit that really dives into Microsoft Word, it'll teach you how to copy and paste, bold, italicize, underline text, edit text, format text, things of that nature. And as you take the step through those tutorials, and if I didn't mention it, these tutorials are found in your textbook, which is required for this course. So everybody must have a textbook, whether it be a hard copy or a soft copy that's been downloaded. You must have it to have any chance of doing well in this course. Everybody needs to have it. It's required. Okay, so back to the tutorials. Once you've completed the tutorials, in this case for Microsoft Word, C, D, E, and F, then at that point you will be ready to begin your assignments, which in this case, or your projects. Assignments, projects, same thing. I refer to them. Those 2 terms will be used interchangeably during the semester. So for Microsoft Word, you've got 2 projects, the research paper and the resume. Now there will be instructions for the research paper. We'll give you 5 articles. You can choose from 1, and the directions state to write a research paper in opposition to the article, and the article will, or the paper will, be graded. Part of the grading for the paper, I guess is probably the best way to say, will be sure that it's cited correctly, it's formatted correctly using MLA style. And if you're not familiar with that style or how to format in that using MLA style, that is covered in the tutorials for Microsoft Word. Also, resume, same thing. There'll be some material in the tutorials that'll help you complete the resume assignment as well. So, to recap, the way this should flow is for each module, beginning with Microsoft Word, you would complete your tutorials first to learn how to do it. Then you would complete your projects for Word. In this case, it would be a research paper and a resume to reinforce what you've learned. And then once you've done with your assignments, at that point, then you would be ready to take the exam for that unit, or that module rather, for Microsoft Word. So tutorials, projects, exam. And we'll repeat that pattern for each of the other 3 modules. For Microsoft Excel, you'll complete tutorials G through I. Once you've done that, you will complete your household budget project. You will complete your Excel personal project. And then once you're done, you would complete Microsoft Excel exam online for that module. PowerPoint, same thing. Complete the tutorials, complete the project, and in this case for PowerPoint there's only one project due, and then you would complete the exam. Microsoft Access, tutorials, project, exam. It's really that simple. Now, you can see the deadlines here. All of your Word material is due Monday night, September 21st, 11:59 p.m. Everything for Microsoft Excel is due Monday night, October 19th, 11:59 p.m. For PowerPoint, Monday night, November 16th, 11:59 p.m. and then for Access, Monday night, December 14th, 11:59 p.m. So that's the schedule. Now, if you have questions to anything that I've said in this video, you can send me an email through course messages. I check that regularly, probably once a day, no more than once every other day. But I do check it with I think within 48 hours is the policy. But I typically try to check it much more regular than that. Okay. Now the remainder of the initial page covers a lot of what I've talked about. So I'll let you read that, and if you have questions you can ask. But I mainly wanted to touch on the schedule and the fact that it's imperative not to procrastinate. Make sure that you have a schedule and that you're prepared to complete your work before the deadline. We don't want to run right up to the deadline. I've had students in the past that wait to the last minute. They get stuck on some portion of a tutorial or a project, and they've got a question that they email me at 11:30 p.m. on the night that it's due. And I can tell you that I'm not awake at 11:30 p.m. on the night that projects are due. So just make sure that if you give yourself enough time to do the material, and if you have questions, give yourself time to ask the question, give me time to respond to the question, and then give yourself time to complete the work based off the response. And that's all part of being proactive and not getting behind and not procrastinating. Okay, now that we've covered the course information page, let's take a closer look at the menu on the left. Course information we just talked about. Home page we touched on initially when I first began this video. Syllabus, that is where you will find a copy of the syllabus. I'll jump back to that in a minute. Discussions group, tools, we won't use these a lot, but there are some features there that you might find useful. Integrity classes, that's where recordings like this one will be posted in Blackboard. I will also try to post it to YouTube and send out a link if you prefer YouTube over Integrity. Instructor information, that should just give my name, email, my student hours. If you need to meet with me on campus, I know this is an online course, but if you need to meet with me on campus for the fall 2015 semester, my office hour will be Thursday evenings, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Martin Campus Room 2361. That's the same class that I teach my own campus section. But please make sure that you notify me in advance if you need to meet with me, so I can make for certain that I'm there on time, ready to meet with you. Okay, assignments. Let's take a look at assignments. All right, so assignments. This link is where you will find all of the information related to any assignment you have due for this course. And that when I say assignments, remember I'm talking about projects, I'm talking about tutorials. So let's take a look at what we've got posted here now. Alright, the first assignment is a practice assignment. There's no credit awarded for this. It's a very simple assignment, and what this assignment is designed to do is to make sure that you know how to upload a completed assignment in Blackboard. So let's just take a quick look at what it asks you to do. It asks you to open a Microsoft Word file, write the following statement. This is just a test. If this were a real assignment, there would be more stuff to do. Type your name, save your file as first name, last name, practice. Upload under the practice assignment heading using the browse to my computer button. Okay, so once you've taken this information, put it in a Microsoft Word file and saved it, your first name, last name, and practice, you want to upload it under the practice assignment heading using the browse to my computer button. Surprisingly, I have had students that have had trouble with this even throughout the semester. So any assignment that you're going to submit through Blackboard, unless I specifically say email it to me, you're going to submit it under the assignment heading. Now you'll notice if I hover my cursor over the word practice, that is the assignment heading, and it's a hyperlink. Click the hyperlink and it'll take you to a page where, if you scroll to the bottom, whoops, you will see a button that says Browse My Computer. Click that button and it'll open up a dialog box that gives you some options to browse to the location that you've saved your assignment file. You would click it. I don't believe I have one available to show you with exactly, but let's see, documents. No, I don't think I do. But what you would do in this case is you would locate your file, you would click it, you would click open, and then it would attach it in or upload it to Blackboard. And once it was uploaded to Blackboard, you would click the submit file, or excuse me, submit button. And that's how you submit a file, a single individual file. That is how it's done, and that's the purpose of this exercise. It's very simple. Again, there's no points awarded, but I suggest everybody do it. I'll check to make sure everybody's done it. If you don't do it and then you have trouble later, then I'll probably come back and ask you why you didn't try the practice assignment, because that's the purpose of it. That's due by Monday night, August 31st by 11:59 p.m. But again, there's no points awarded. It's just more or less to give everybody the opportunity to, I guess I would say, give everyone a practice run on how to submit an assignment. So that's what the practice assignment is before. Okay, now the first assignment that you're graded on is the one I've alluded to a couple times in this video, and that is Blackboard Message and Photo. So this is what we're looking for. Send me an email using Blackboard Course Messaging System, which is located in the left-hand menu. You can see I'm pointing to the Course Messages link there. And in the message, let's see, the message must be sent from the Course Message tool, which I just pointed out in the left-hand column. Do not use the send email feature, which I believe that I probably have it disabled for this course, so you couldn't do it if you wanted to. And then you will not receive credit if the message is sent from a personal account. So basically my point here is make sure the message is sent from Course Messages. Right here on the left-hand menu. Course Messages is where we want to send that from. And I'll show you how to submit it in just a second, or how to send a course message. Okay, but in that message, you're required as part of the assignment to read through your syllabus and Blackboard information. Remember, course information page located here, and then the syllabus located here. Read through both of those, and then within the email, write a statement acknowledging that you understand what is expected of you for the course and that you understand the assignments and the exams. And you can just say, your first name, last name, acknowledge that I understand what is expected of me for the course, and that you understand, or that I understand, if you were writing it, the assignments and the exams. And if you have any questions, you're going to let me know. Okay? The second part of the assignment, answer the following question. What is Microsoft Office? And if you're not sure, you can give me, there's really not a, well, there is a wrong answer. I won't say there's not a right or wrong answer. There's probably a difference of opinions. But if you turn to the first page, let me grab my book. I'll give you a little hint on this one. I believe it's the first page of Unit C. And bear with me as I thumb through my book. It's on page 82. The top of page 82, the first paragraph begins with Microsoft Office 2013 is a collection or suite of programs or applications that can use to create documents, analyze data, and complete almost any business task. That would be a good definition of what Microsoft Office is. Very first sentence on page 82 is where I would take a look at. Just a recommendation. Or if you have a different answer, feel free to give it. That's number 2. Number 3, answer the following questions. Why do you need to take this course? How will this course help you in the future? That's going to be a personal answer, and I expect that answer to differ from person to person. Why are you taking it? Do you want to learn more about Microsoft Office? Do you work in an office now and you want to learn more about business productivity software? Is this a core requirement for your degree and that's the only reason you're taking it? Whatever the reason is, type it up, send it to me. Number 4, attach a picture of yourself. This needs to be a picture of just you and not 10,000 of your friends, and must be decent. This picture will be used as part of class tests throughout the semester, so be sure to save it to your jump drive ready for access. And you will need that picture. So once you save one of yourself and send it, you also want to keep it on your jump drive, because when you get on test night, there'll be some students I've had in the past that have neglected to save that picture, and then they have to scramble to get one, or have one of their classmates take one of them, or something, something like that. So just keep that photo available to you. Okay, so once you type all that up, 1 through 4, in the body of the email, and attach a picture, you're going to send that to me through course messages, and quickly we'll touch on how to send a course message. Course messages, on the left-hand side of the screen, under the menu, you'll see something that looks similar to this, course messages, and you can create messages. And when you compose a message, that's how you create a message, you'll have the top section will say recipients. Click the button 2, and then you should probably see everyone in the class, and you'll see my name with instructor beside it, so it's easy to find. And then once you can double click my name. Actually, no, you can't. Actually, you can highlight my name and then click the right arrow, and so that moves me over to the recipients box. So whoever's in the right hand portion of this box here, in this right hand, try that again. The box on the right hand portion of the screen is who this will be sent to. Okay, and then you can scroll down, create a subject line. I would something like Blackboard message and photo. Okay. And then I would come in and I would type the answers, for number 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once you're done, you can attach the picture. At the bottom here, you'll see where it says attachment, upload attachment. Same idea as before. You click the browse button. It'll take you to a dialog box that will allow you to browse or navigate to a photo that you have saved of yourself. Once you highlight it, you can click open, and then it will post it here. You should see it under attachment, and when you're done, you click submit, and that's it. It's that simple, and that'll be your first graded assignment. Okay, so that's the Blackboard course. What did we call it again? Blackboard message and photo assignment, and that's due Monday, August 31st. Okay. So that's the initial assignment that's due. The next group of assignments, Microsoft Word, I'll briefly touch on those, will be found in the Microsoft Word assignments folder. Now going forward, all of your assignments for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access will have a folder of their own just like this one, and they will become available as we progress through the course. For Microsoft Word, click on the folder icon, and you will see that you've got 3 assignments. You've got the Unit C through F tutorial submission with all of the particulars written out directly below. You've got Microsoft Office research paper assignment with directions attached, the due date in bold red. It gives you a pointer that pages in the Word Unit 168 to 169 of your textbook contains guidelines for MLA formatted papers. You'll want to know that when you get to this assignment. And then the resume, and actually I need to go in and edit that subject line. The resume guidelines are posted here. So you'll click the file, download the attachment, and it'll give you the guidelines to complete the resume. So those are the assignments for Word that are posted. The tutorials here, research paper here, and then again the resume here, and I'll correct the heading so that will make sense. That's a typo on my part. And each of those assignments has attachments. For the tutorials, you have your data files, which I'll tell you what data files are in just a moment. The directions for the research paper are posted here, and then the directions for the resume guidelines are posted here. Okay, so those are your Word assignments. Now, Data files. For this book, or with this book that you're going to use for this course, each unit comes with a set of data files. Okay, unit C through, I forget the last, I want to say M or N, or maybe it's O is the last unit. Each one has a data file, and what a data file is a file that's already been created for you that you will take and you will manipulate somehow. You will edit it, you will augment it, you will change it based on the way the directions in the book as you go through your tutorials indicate. So you may start with a letter, and you may take that letter and you may format it a certain way. You may remove text, you may rearrange text, you may format text, you may delete text. There's all different types of things that you may do with a data file. Now, data files for this course are located under the tutorial assignment. As you can see right here, the data files for C through F are located here. Or if you want the data files for all of the units, you can go to assignment files, and they're also posted here for the entire course, unit C all the way through O. So they're located in two different spots. One thing that you will notice is for the tutorials, we only want you working on each unit, the white pages of each unit. And you'll see what I mean if you open up your textbook. Let's take a look at Unit D. If you take a look at Unit D, and your textbook is page 100. That's the beginning of that unit, D. You would work that unit all the way to, looks like page 117. So that would be Unit D, the tutorial work that you would do. You would not, and I repeat, would not do anything in the yellow pages of that unit. That is nothing that you would do. You won't, if you do it, you won't get any credit for it. So we're just looking for the work to be done in the white pages of each unit. And when you open your book, you'll see what I mean. Now, having said that, that means that you should typically need only the first data file for each unit. And what I mean when I say that is, let's take a look at the zip file. Open. When you download the file, and it'll take a minute to download, we're at 69% now. It'll download, it'll run a security scan, and then it'll open it. Okay. So here we go. Data files. You can see that for Unit D, you have D1 through D5. The only file you're going to need for the tutorial for Unit D is going to be D1. For Unit E is probably going to be E1, and for Unit F is probably going to be F1. Now, towards the end of the course, there may be a couple other files that are needed, but your tutorial will tell you this. But I point this out now so everyone understands that you typically only need that first file, because that's what the white pages of the units call for. But it will tell you in the tutorial, and if you have questions, please ask. Okay? So those are your data files, and those are used with your tutorials for each module. Once you get through the first couple of them, you'll get the hang of them. Pretty easy to follow step-by-step instructions and complete your tutorial. Now, let's see. Just continuing on down the left-hand side of the menu. Sample exams. I highly encourage you, in preparation for each exam in the class, to take the sample exam. I can't stress it enough. It'll give you a fairly good idea most of the time as what to expect for the test. So they're posted here. Once you've completed your tutorials and your assignments, I suggest that you come in to the sample exam section and take these as a preparation for the exam. Very, very helpful. Okay. Class exams, when it's time to take the exam, the exam will be posted under class exams. As you can see, there's nothing posted under here right now, and there won't be until the exam has been opened, and I'll give further details later on as we approach the exam on when that will be exactly. Helpful videos and notes. Okay, This is another important section. All of the PowerPoint presentations for each unit are located under helpful videos and notes. There are also some video links like how to create a zip file. You'll notice when you submit your assignments, particularly your tutorials, the directions ask for you to zip the files together so you can submit them as one submission. And what I mean when I say that is you would take the file from unit C, D, E, and F, zip them together into one file, and then upload that file through Blackboard under the tutorial assignment link and submit it in that manner. And if you've never created a zip file, this video here will show you how to do that. Alright, and then you have 4 folders: Word, Excel, Access, and PowerPoint. Those contain PowerPoint files. They also contain some videos to some links to some videos that you may find helpful. These are not required to watch, but they may prove to be helpful to you. And then you have the PowerPoint presentation for Unit D, E, and F located in this folder. If we go back, you will find the same PowerPoints for the relevant units for Excel, Access, and PowerPoint in those folders. Okay, and let's see, and then lastly, course messages we've already touched on. So I think that pretty much sums it up for the introductory. I may have got a little long-winded there, but the only reason I did is because you need to hear that information. Once you've had a chance to review this video, if you have questions, please ask. I'll post this under Integrity Classes, and then I will send it out probably in an announcement, and I'll try to upload it to YouTube as well. So in case you have trouble with integrity, sometimes some students have trouble with that. But if you have questions, send me a note through course messages. That's the best way to communicate with me. And we'll be talking to you soon. Thank you.